Hi Stampers! Today we're going to make this card, and it's called a vintage or shabby chic card. This was actually my first attempt at this technique, so I had a lot of questions on how I did it, so let's get started. I'm going to use the chocolate chip cardstock, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Pretty in pink, this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. And then I ran the Very Vanilla through the Big Shot with the top note die. And then you'll need some satin ribbon. This is the Pretty in Pink, and this is cut at about 6 inches or so. And then I went ahead and stamped the greeting for you, and I punched this out with the 1-inch circle punch. And then Pretty in Pink uses the 1 1/4 circle punch, and then the chocolate chip is the 1 3/8 circle punch. Let's get started. I'm going to use the Stays On, and we're going to use this stamp set today. It's called Elements of Style. One of my favorites right now. I love it. We're going to use this image and the For You. Both of them are in this stamp set. And I'm going to take this flower here from the stamp set, and I'm going to just ink that up with the black Stays On. And take my top note and just stamp that on the side, on the right hand side. And this is a larger stamp, so make sure you're pressing to get the image to transfer onto the Very Vanilla. Okay, so it looks like that. Cute. Alright, then I'm going to take the Certainly Celery marker and the Pretty in Pink marker, and I'm just going to color in the flowers and the leaves. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so we got our image colored in. Now you're going to distress, because with making a project with the technique called vintage or shabby chic or something, you want to age the project or make it look old. So I'm just going to distress the edges with my fingernail. Okay, then I'm going to take the chocolate chip, the classic ink, and I'm going to take a sponge, and this is only a 1/4 piece of the sponge. That's a big round circle, and I just cut it in quarters. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sponge the edges where I distress the top note with the chocolate chip. And then take the soft suede with the sponge, and I'm going to sponge the edges of that also. A little bit more onto the image. So it looks like this. Cute. Okay, so then you're going to take your Pretty in Pink, and you're going to take your slit punch, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some adhesive, a little tiny bit, to the back of that so I can position this where I want it. And then just take your slit punch, and I'm going to slide this underneath the top note, and I'm just going to punch kind of in the center. I just moved a little bit. Do the other side the same way. Okay, so then remove your top note and then distress the sides of that also. And then we're going to go ahead and sponge this with the soft suede. Okay, so it looks like that. Then you're going to go ahead and adhere your top note to the Pretty in Pink. And you're going to slide that inside those slit punches. Kind of centering it. I guess right about there looks good. So it looks like that. And then take your mat pack, and I'm going to just punch a hole on each of those slits. And then add a brad. Okay, so it should look like that so far. Okay, so then the next step you're going to do is you're going to sponge the edges of your chocolate chip cardstock. Let me clean up my mess here. Okay, so let's sponge the edges of our chocolate chip with the chocolate chip ink. And I really like to apply a lot of the ink to this cardstock because it really gives it a really nice finished look. The front of my card off to give it more of a vintage look. I'm going to add a new product from the Summer Mini, and it's called Smooch Spritz, and this is the Log Cabin Smooch Spritz, and it's really, really nice, and it really does add that vintage look to the card even more so. Okay, so the trick to the Smooch Spritz is you want to shake it really, really good, and it's in a glass container so you can kind of see it when it gathers at the bottom of the spray bottle. But you're going to want to get the color catcher. Let me show you that real quick. I hope it picks it up on the camera. This is the color catcher. Now it looks like it's really big on the camera, but it's really, I mean, it's a large size. I mean, big enough to put your projects and stuff in it, but it's not like humongous. So the color catcher works great with the Smooch Spritz because you'll have overcast of spray when you spritz it. And the trick to this is you want to set your project inside of the color catcher like that. Hope it shows up. And of course you want to shake your Smooch Spritz really, really good. And then you're going to just give it a couple squirts, and it's about, you want to be about 10 inches back. And I just squirted it 2 times, and it's absolutely beautiful. So then to finish off the card, I'm going to add the satin ribbon, and I'm going to adhere this to the front of the card. Just put a strip of adhesive, and the ribbon will overhang because we're just going to trim that off like that. And then I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals, my layer here. Okay, so then just pop this one up right over top of the ribbon, like that. Okay, and then for the greeting, which we already punched out, I'm just going to actually distress the sides of the circles also. Do all 3. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and sponge with the soft suede. And I'm just going to go over a little bit over top of the whole greeting, just lightly. And then also do the pretty in pink. And then just go ahead and adhere all 3 of these pieces together. And then pop that up on a dimensional also. And I'm going to put this right at the bottom left-hand corner. And then take your scissors and just trim off the ribbon on the edge. And that's it. Super cute. All right, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye.